Okay, strewn about here on the floor are the contents of my outrageously complete bug out bag. This is a get out of town bag. If we were to, for example, have a nuclear war, this bag is meant not just as a survival bag, but as a bag to help keep me comfortable no matter what the climate, and also to stay entertained and generally just be able to live very nicely wherever I am. That's a 35-pound bag, so that includes the food that we've got here, about 10 pounds of food. So on the outside, I've got a little bit of mesh to hang the bag from a tree wherever I go. A monster, big, strong knife. Can be used for prepping wood and so on, and also any other things you'd use a knife for. I've got a sharpener in there to keep this thing. This is big enough to be used as a machete if need be. Bag I'm using is one of the big military duffel type bags, but with backpack straps. Normal hat, and this has one of these little ultralight towels in the back flap so that I can use this to really cover my shoulders. My poncho and raincoat and rain pants all in here. The poncho is used to cover everything, and if it gets really wet, I can put on the various layers of coat. Got a little Patagonia puffer jacket. This is my cooking stuff. I really don't use cooking stuff that much, but again, for comfort, if I had to go away, it's nice to have. There's a bunch of fuel in there, several lighters, call those things waterproof matches, storm matches. Got a huge pack of clothes. This is all of my winter stuff. So I've got winter, very warm pants. I've got extra socks, waterproof socks, so that if I'm just using shoes, I do have a pair of extra shoes I take along with me, ultralight running shoes. So even if it's wet out, I can use the waterproof socks. I've got a pair of these pants that zip off to shorts, a sun shirt, which is good even in the summer. You can layer in the winter. In the summertime, I wear those every day, and just if it's really hot out, I put water on the shirt. And I got a regular shirt in there. I've got 5 pairs of socks, regular socks, liner socks, a couple pairs of underwear, dry fast underwear, gloves, waterproof, super ultra lightweight winter gloves. There's a balaclava in there. Basically everything for every season. Got a little water carrier, or it can be used like a little sink. Don't use that in my normal camping, but again, for comfort, that's a nice thing to have. This is all of my basic camping shelter stuff. And also in here, I've got some toilet paper and a trowel and some hand sanitizer in there. And then in here, basically, if you've seen any of the other videos I made, the tubes in here are the main thing. I've got a big, strong, sturdy hammock. If you've watched any of the videos, that hammock with 3 tubes I've taken down below 0 Fahrenheit in the windiest, coldest, worst possible winter weather. I've also got a bug net on there. It's a big 11-foot long hammock with a big 11-foot long bug net, strong straps, and I actually have an extra hammock since that's my main and everything really relies on the hammock. I've got 3 of these tubes. I've got an additional hammock in here and 3 tubes. So even if I was to go somewhere in the Arctic, this would be warm enough. I've also got a tarp, so for the summertime, if it's hot, I've got a rain tarp, which can be used for a lot of different things too. And I have a ground pad, inflatable ground pad, and an additional hammock and extra straps. So, if I just want to grab a chair quickly, I'll most likely grab this little hammock. Super lightweight and really easy to set up quickly. This one works really well, especially as a chair. And between all those things, I've got everything that I need to handle any sort of weather, from 100 and some degrees to minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit. I've got a bear bag filled with food, and also some of my things that smell like the face soap and toothpaste and things like that. I got a little can opener in there. I've got there's a bunch of extra food in here. There's a lot of food in here, all freeze-dried stuff. So plenty of meals, which I'm comfortable eating without heat. I do have the stove, but don't need it. The stove I brought mainly because I pack a ton of fire-making materials in there, which, in a bug-out bag is a good idea for the survival part of it, if it's needed. It's real easy to make fire with these cooking fuel tabs. I got a bunch of them in there, and a bunch of lighters, and some extra fire starters in there. And this food bag, this is one of these really ultra tough actual bear bags. Bears can't get into these. And inside, I've also got some of the stuff inside a watertight bag. So I have sort of an extra bag if I need to put some more food in there. I've got a whole additional bag that I can string up. And we've got about 50 feet of paracord in there to hang it on a tree. Paracord is just also some extra sort of general purpose stuff. I carry a little solar panel. This is a USB solar panel. Provides 2.1 amps from the sun. Very, very lightweight little solar panel. And I've got a Windows computer here, a little tablet. I do all my normal computing and run it entirely from SunPower. And I've got a bunch of other goodies in this bag. So my regular water bottle. This is one of these extreme filters. It'll filter out actually radioactive and lead and all sorts of things that most of the normal filters don't filter out. This is good for about 100 gallons. I've also got a regular one of the solar filters and some extra water containers, squeeze bottles, and three squeeze bottles in there, and all the extra the pump, the plunger to clean out that system. I do have, again, if the idea is to bug out, I've got a little mask with extra filters. This is meant to really take out the bad stuff. It's a nano filter, so it'll really take out some of the toxins in the air. Some extra toilet paper and hand sanitizer. Again, this is a comfort bag. In here, I've got a little bit of everything. I've got an emergency whistle. It's got a compass and a thermometer on it. An extra compass in there, an extra razor blade, some extra long line. There's my knife sharpener. I've got some playing cards, a bunch of little lights, all sorts of emergency stuff, some extra fire starting stuff. This goes in my normal hiking pack. Band-aids and there's a Stop Bleeding Fast Quick Clot. Lots more things in here. I've got a little multi-tool, which I normally don't carry on a camping trip, but again, for extended purposes, that's what this bug out bag is for. I've got a big bag of electronics here, again, in a watertight container, and this is all stored in a watertight bag. And here I've got a USB power source. Actually, I've got two big USB power sources, 20,000 milliamp hour power source with some lights on it. This has 3 inputs, and again, I can charge that with the solar panel. And I've got a little plug-in if I'm going to be somewhere I can plug it in. A couple sets of headphones. This power source comes with an absolutely crazy bright. This will light up a room. I don't know how many lumens it is, but it's ridiculous. Really, really, really super bright. And some USB powered batteries, things like that. I do have a razor in here that I like to carry around with me. That's in this little bag over here. Razor with trimmer and all, so I can keep clean. We've got all sorts of USB cables and USB plugs for that little computer. There's an additional little solar panel in here, and actually this panel has a solar panel on the other side, so lots of ways to get solar from the sun. Basically 3 panels, several of these USB battery types. You can plug those in to USB and they charge up nicely, or plug them into the battery pack and they charge up nicely. All this stuff works together. And everything's inside this nice bag. And some more just some little towelettes and things here and stuff I used to keep clean. Again, the whole idea of this is to be comfortable. Everything, all of this stuff packs. So this is sort of my luxury camping bag. If you've seen some of my other bags, you know, I've got my main bag down to about 4 pounds. And this has basically every variation of every kind of sleeping container. And you notice that it's in another backpack bag. So if anything ever happens to the big bag, I've still got a bag that I can use to carry around all the stuff I really need. Or give it to somebody else, for example, and share the weight. So this is all my most heavy-duty, most sort of luxury camping stuff, plus a ton of other things. Extra shoes, massive knife. I never carry a knife when I'm going hiking. No extra shoes. I never carry, you know, all this extra computer stuff. Phone is usually enough for me. I don't carry that much power. I do carry a solar panel, so I like to have my phone and be able to use it, but I don't carry a sleeping pad. I do everything with hammocks. I don't carry an extra bag inside the bag. I don't carry, you know, this kind of clothes and weather protection, but I've actually got everything I could possibly need in any environment for any amount of time. And tons and tons of water purification, even including radioactive filtration. So this is genuinely a bug-out bag with everything I might ever want or use, and enough to keep myself entertained and active and sane, comfortable, happy if I had to go away somewhere for an extended period. I got 2 of these bags made up. We have the camper, so we can, you know, leave in our little camper van, which has everything and solar powered. And this is sort of an additional, just sort of fun thing, sort of an extension of my camping interests, just to keep around. And if I want to, I can always, if I want to go camping with a friend, I can take all the unnecessary stuff out of here, cut this down, just take, you know, one of the tubes and one of the hammocks and, you know, maybe an extra pair of socks and the food and some of my main things, you know, the main filter, and go out for a hike. So this is sort of just like an extra set of everything that I might potentially need if I ever have to get into any sort of situation. But it's really nice to have things like the masks and the water filtration and all the computer goodies and lights and you know, media and extra emergency and comfort, extra toilet paper, extra clothing, extra fire making supplies, massive knife / machete, extra shoes, all those sorts of things. So I have absolutely everything I could possibly ever want all in one place. You know, extra sleeping and comfort. You know, I can set up 2 hammocks with this. It's really enough stuff in here for 2 people, honestly. And any sort of failure in any of the equipment is backed up by multiple other pieces. And just nice to have as a comfort. And as a fun little project to see what all can fit in one bag. More than anything, I think that's the joy that I get from this, is just to see, you know, I take my most ultralight stuff and everything over the years that has worked to be the things that I need, and add all the luxuries, and then add all the ridiculous other things too, like the, you know, the only time that filter would ever get used is if we had actually some sort of nuclear bomb go off and had to leave the area. So all these extra ridiculous things are just really just a fun thing to go through and put together and see if it's possible to get all of these, you know, all the things that could potentially be necessary or useful or comfortable in one bag, and it is, and it ended up weighing about 35 pounds. I didn't worry about counting ounces with this. I worried about making sure I had everything I could ever possibly want if I had to go away at a moment's notice. And that's it. Does a good job and fits all the way back in there. I'll see if I can make a video of everything going in the bag. Can't do it by myself right now. That's it.